In this video, we're looking at how to sketch the function of this. Now, there's three parts to this sketch, and basically what you're doing is you're doing each component in the given domain. Now, x squared, if x is less than 0. Now, what does x squared look like? Well, okay, so x squared goes through this point here, -2, 4. Now, if you're going to draw this with a scale, then you need to be reasonably careful about how you do this. -3 and 9 is all the way up there. Now, so what we have is a parabola. It does that, and what you know is also that it would mirror on the other side to do that. But we're not asked to do that. We're asked just for less than 0. So I don't want that. I don't want that. Okay, so that's the first of these functions, and we're just going to go through one at a time and go, yep, okay, done that one. So the next one is just 3x. It's a straight line from 0. Now when x is 0, for this one here, when x is 0, 3 times 0 is 0. So we start, actually, look, let me just change colour so you get a sense of what's going on. Okay, so we are going to do this one next, okay, in purple. When x is equal to 0, we start on the purple bit down, we're down here now. When x equals 1, 3x is 3, so I'm going to put a dot here. Now, notice, I've said this before, when you're graphing, get the dots on the page before you try and do the sketching, and that just gives you it gives you a target. Now when x equals 2, now notice here we're going up to but not including 2, so 2 times 3 is 6, so we're going to get right up to there. And I'm just going to put a dot there, although technically it's not including that one, but I'll have a think about that in a second. Okay, now here we go. It's a straight line. You would use your ruler for this, and there is a straight line through to that point there. So tick. Done that one. Okay, now last bit. We're going to look at this one, which is greater than and equal to 2. So when x is equal to 2, we get a value of 6, and 6 then is always our value. Now what happens? What does that look like? Well, that's the function y equals 6, and that is that line there, and it just keeps going. And that's the three components. Okay, so you see what we've done. For each one of these, we've graphed, first of all, this function, the x squared, only up to 0. This one from there to there, and this one from there to there. Now, just quickly to look at this, if this component here said 3x plus 1, okay, if that was a plus 1 there, then when x equals 0, this would be 3 times 0 plus 1, which is 1. Now, what that would look like, and I'll do it again in a different colour, is that you would have a closed circle on 1, 3x plus 1, and it will go up to, but not including that. So you get a straight line to there. If we go back to the parabola to start with, that would have ended on an open circle, and so that would end on an open circle, and that's because this and this, in this case, would not connect. So if I've got x squared less than 0, 3x plus 1, okay, it's a different function, it has a different starting point, so there would be an open circle, that would be an open circle there, and then this would be a closed circle back on 6, and then a continuous line across there. Okay, so there's how to do that. Just very quickly, just to wrap up too, if you were asked, and just to change the subject a little bit, to evaluate f of 2 minus f of, I don't know, -5, say, then we don't forget what we're doing is substituting. So we're putting these values into the function. Now, when f equals 2, we're looking at this function here. Okay, so the value of that is just plain old 6 because it's always 6. Okay, that's what it says there. It's always 6. And when x is -5, we use this function. -5 squared is positive 25. So we've got negative, because that's that one there. Negative 25. And so evaluating that gives me -19. Okay, and that's just how to evaluate when you are looking at something like this expression, and this is how you graph it. Hope that helps. Thanks.